I know you talked about how you were working on these videos for a while before ultimately you released it around the time the Chris Tyson stuff was blowing up. How long were you working on that stuff?
About a month before the Chris Tyson stuff came out.
Were you planning to do it far before then, or when you were working at the company, were you planning on doing this, or was it like after you left, then you thought that maybe stuff should come out?
No, yeah, I mean, there was people at the company who were just very open with me about, you know, the things that they saw and experienced or whatever. And I just, yeah, while I was at the company, I was sort of digging into it a little bit, not intending to make a video, but just kind of out of curiosity. And
Right.
then, yeah, once I got let go.
Dude, I got the two Toms in the call. Hey, we're live, by the way, Tommy. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, no, I didn't. I had no idea. I'm sorry.
Oh, because I said, like, Tom called me, and then I saw you called me, and I was like, what the?
Sigma!
Okay, Tommy, that's fine, too. You can call.
What's going on? Anything?
I was doing the DogPack stuff today. You see the crazy lady?
No, I just woke up. I went to bed early, and I woke up around 4 in the morning over here. So
I'm a fan of her. She's awesome, dude.
Dude, I started to come around at the end. She's. Did you see her music?
No.
Yeah, she made like some kind of Hindi music type thing.
Dude,
Hindi
white
gospel.
woman doing
I
Hindi
like
gospel. There's a rap. She does a rap version of that song too.
I like it a lot. I think she's talented. I really, I was very perplexed by, I saw this clip of her. I don't know if maybe it's out of context, it's some kind of joke, but she was saying that Cope and Seeth guy is like a paid off Reddit actor or something.
I watched the video. Yeah, she also threatened somebody, and it's like, I'll find out who you are. It's like a random Redditor. She was crazy in that new video.
Wait, really? No, she didn't say
She's like,
that.
you better hope I don't find who you are. I've won a lot of lawsuits recently or something. Like,
What the f? What did the guy say about her on Reddit?
to be fair, the person was saying that they doxed somebody and then one of her fans raped them or something.
Oh.
So, like,
Okay.
apparently that went to court 3 times or something, and they didn't have any evidence. That's not really the point. The point is, why is she reacting to like a Redditor?
I mean, the real point is why is she saying that this random guy with like 3,000 subscribers is paid off by MrBeast? How's that? why does that think she's thinking?
Again,
That
I
doesn't make
keep
sense.
fucking pointing this out. There's only one person who took money from MrBeast, and that's Jake Weddle.
True.
But
Base,
you know
though.
the girl filmed a vlog with Jake Weddle recently?
What did they do?
They went to MrBeast's Burger and then ate Feastables together.
Dude, these people rock, dude. Listen. I'm gonna go on a limb here and say that I know the recent criticisms of DogPack. I still like him as a guy. I do. I think he's got a good heart. Okay, he's a good kid with a good heart.
I wouldn't hire that guy to clean toilets.
It sounds like nobody wants to hire
Jesus
him.
Christ.
Tommy, did you know he worked there for 3 weeks, and in one of the weeks he was working there, he was left unattended, which is part of the reason why he was fired?
I'm not surprised.
This guy's, but he's acting like he worked there for 3 months, and he's telling people he learned about the inner workings of the company. I don't know. I already said this. Hey, Tom, the last time you worked somewhere, I'm sorry, Tommy, the last time you worked somewhere, do you think that you by any chance could tell you how the whole business operated in the first 3 weeks you're there?
No, I think I'd probably still be learning the job.
He told Connor he was trying to fix the company from the inside out during those 3 weeks of his internship.
Oh, was he? That's probably why he was fired. Here's the thing, though. I mean, I think there is some questions about MrBeast's hiring practices that are legitimate, and because he hired this guy. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, this guy's a moron. He might be a nice guy.
You know why he hired him, right? He hired him because he was doing, like, he was giving him database, like, analytics of, like, how to market to children better. And they have a video of him explaining it. And it's like, this guy's like, yeah, he's manipulating children. It's like, yeah, but that sounds like the skill set you were hired to help him with, right?
Wait, is that why he was hired?
You didn't see that either?
No.
Oh, let me pull this up real fast. This is Beckett's thread. I got to show you guys this. But and that's why the lady's so mad, because everyone's like pointing it out.
What?
Can you screen share this?
Yeah, let me pull it up.
Why isn't this guy afraid of being like? I mean, MrBeast is close to a billionaire. I mean, he has no fear that he might get tied up in court.
I don't think. I think it looks too bad. I think it looks too bad.
Oh, really? You think that's what he's counting on? Because doesn't it come to a point when this guy's spreading? This guy's got a lot of pull thus far. It'll fall apart one day. But does it come to the point where they'll measure looking bad after going after this guy versus what he's putting out there and say, you know what, we're suing him?
Maybe. The thing is, if you start suing him, you got to start suing everybody else too.
Not really. You can make an example out of somebody.
Yeah, but when you want to
could
make
just
it,
sue one guy.
but when you want to
because at
pick
the end of the day,
when you want to
everybody
pick an
else is just-
employee,
I don't want him to sue him, but theoretically, it's
No,
like
I don't
if he's the
either.
one bringing the allegations, then he's
Yeah,
the guy to
I don't
sue.
want to either. But if he's, I mean, look, some of the stuff he found was perfectly legitimate to cover. But it's getting to the point now where it's just like somebody made an allegation somewhere at some time. I'm not going to make any effort to do any kind of research to find out the legitimacy of it, the credibility of the people that are making the allegations, and just throwing it out there, and it's getting anywhere from 500,000 to 1 million views. That might be worth make an example out of somebody.
1 second. Videro Vero just sent me a message, sent me a chat, and he added me. Wouldn't this lend credibility to show evidence that DogPack did know outside info and he was hired for these reasons? If anything, he'd be one who knows the most about illegal gambling. Okay, so I don't think DogPack was hired to help with illegal gambling. I think he was hired because he wanted to help MrBeast target content to children, the demographic he's aiming for.
Why are you
I
saying
don't think
that?
that's necessary.
Where's this coming
I'm
from?
pulling it up in 1 second. I just want to tell us what I mean. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. These laws are in place because every single company that markets to kids, because they're the widest demographic of people who sit down on their computer and their phones and iPads all day. The reason these laws exist is because everyone's trying to do that. The laws stops them from doing it in like an overbearing way, but like everyone who's making kids content is trying to optimize how many kids are watching it. So to be against that in general would be against Nickelodeon, would be against any form of kids content. It's specifically you're trying to make the most colorful thing that reaches the most amount of people possible. And that's literally just how it works. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is remember Nerd City's video a couple years ago.
Yeah.
He started using when I was a kid, we had G.I. Joe and the Transformers and all that stuff, and the TV shows were really geared to sell toys, and the government did step in,
and they step in when it's too far. They step in
when it gets to and then we're not even there yet with MrBeast. And that's why that guy that's a legitimate thing to be hired for. Yeah. All
right, I got this. So this is his pitching ideas video that was uploaded to Reddit before he became DogPack. This is on his old Reddit account, and it has his face in it.
This is sort of to show the MrBeast team how I operate, but also I think this could be a good resource for other people trying to do YouTube. Which, by the way, someone from MrBeast did DM me, and I did send him the $1,000, so something should be happening pretty soon. I'm going to talk broadly about how I approach problems, systems framework, thinking from first principles, feedback and iteration, and just how these concepts apply to YouTube and coming up with ideas. For me, when I'm tasked with solving a problem, I spend more time breaking down the problem than I do actually trying.
All right, not this part. Where do we actually get into his...
That was word salad anyway.
There's a whole
I have
lot.
A problem. I break down the problem.
Yeah, look at that. This is what I'm talking about.
That evolved to have better environmental fitness. For example, a thumbnail evolving to have better CTR or AVD. Now with content, if you try to follow any of these hierarchical threads down to their lowest fundamental truths, you'll usually end up at studies on viewer psychology, the limbic system, or human evolution, just like the innate human desires. So the environmental fitness of content seems to be how well it induces a state of satisfaction in the viewer or content. Content is...
Isn't this kind of like the antithesis of the stuff he's saying in his newer videos?
It reminds me of that meme with that guy standing in front of that blackboard with all the lines and pointing. This
is like when the kids just go like, kids like the color green. That's why we use green in our thumbnails.
Yeah, sure.
On the hierarchy you go.
There's nothing wrong with this.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with this. But when your whole thing is that he's trying to like manipulate impressionable children's minds, and it's like, yeah, you were hired to try to help him do that more effectively.
The way it is to identify and collect viral components and then assemble them in new ways to create a new improved system. I do this sort of like pessimistic perfectionist juggling act of like identifying the worst component in the system, improving it, and then identifying the next worst component in the system, improving it, and so on. Also, in evaluating a component, I not only factor in virality, but also barrier.
He's talking about like money,
to entry.
Like how like MrBeast is money motivated too.
For example, the slow-mo guys can use a $400,000 camera. Most YouTubers can't. MrBeast can build elaborate sets, travel anywhere, film with celebrities. These are good advantages to leverage to build successful systems that other people aren't able to replicate. There's also a third thing I consider, which is how beneficial a component is for humanity. If you only focus on optimizing for viewer satisfaction, you end up making digital opium, essentially.
What?
Look, there's a kid on his phone.
I think this is incredibly important. Logically, humans are the most important species for the continuation of life on Earth, which is all life as we know it. The primary mechanism...
Hire that guy.
I don't know why this guy got. Imagine
This is a
hiring
variety
a
of
redditor.
applications. This is what I'm looking for personally.
No, but I got to be honest. This is the way, talking about having a job working for a corporation. This is the kind of word salad bullshit that impresses human resources.
Yeah, but coming out of that kid's mouth, like, how old is this kid at this point?
I think he's about my age, 21.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So he's a 17-year-old kid here, 18-year-old kid here.
He's going in the corporate world. I mean, that's the way you talk. You talk like a fucking, a phony.
That's the thing though, but if they run this thing like a fucking fraternity, why are they bringing this kid in?
I don't see. I think.
Oh,
I don't think.
Do you guys know why he got fired yet?
No.
Tom, do you know why he got fired?
Something about him. I think we don't. It's what they're claiming is the reason he got fired.
We know. He told Connor the truth.
What is it?
What?
So when he was there for 3 weeks, he heard rumors that people were going to be getting this cool new productivity device. So I guess his manager is no longer his manager anymore. He was kind of off for like a week or whatever because nobody really assigned him to do anything. And he put in to get an Apple Vision Pro. And it got accepted because he thought he would be more productive than using a monitor.
What?
So he bought, I guess he tried to or succeeded in buying an Apple Vision Pro on MrBeast's fucking dollar 2 weeks into working for the company.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he admitted it.
Wait, what? They fired him for that?
Well, that's part of the reason. He also skipped a week of work.
Yeah. He misused company appropriations is what he did. That's what
I thought they were. So I thought there was something he was saying about how he was trying to change the company from the inside, and then he got fired because.
No,
of that.
he admitted the part about him begging for his job and saying how great MrBeast was also true.
What kind of
and that call? And he's like, I didn't know they recorded the call, but he admitted that was all true too.
All right, so here's the thing to say about this, in my opinion. Even if this is the case, is it not still fair that he had a lot of good criticisms of MrBeast?
Yeah, but like that doesn't matter because they mostly came in his second and third video. The big three are Chris Tyson, not his, the sex offender, which came in his second video, which was basically donated after his first video came out, and then the third one was the LaKoya. Now, did you hear what he said about the LaKoya
what
video?
about I think the illegal lotteries and child
Yes, but they're not even comparable to pedophiles and rapists working at MrBeast. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would agree.
I don't know enough about illegal lotteries to say if that is definitively an illegal.
I mean, the
lottery.
thing is, I don't know how you.
I know a pedophile is bad.
Yeah, I don't know how you would rank it. I think it's still worth. I think it's still.
No, there are stuff important and worth talking about, but I think the big three major allegations don't come from that video. And I think that like if people brought the LaKoya stuff in particular to like someone like Mudahar, someone like you, I think it would have been done better. Because he's going around on Oompaville saying now that he knew that video would be received poorly and that he's going to unlist it and release his real part 3 after Jimmy responds.
Did he really say that?
Yeah, he said at the time of release, he knew that people wouldn't like it.
Well, what is his explanation for that? Is that he has more evidence he's waiting to drop?
He said that he didn't think people would really care about who the secret CEO was, and he expected people not to like it, but he went ahead and posted it anyway. He also said he went forward with the what's it called stuff, that the James Warren stuff, knowing it would have took him about 2 weeks to confirm that information. He just went public with it anyway.
He said that in Oompaville's interview?
Yep.
Yes, 100%.
Did Oompaville push back on that?
Nope. Nope. We were talking to the guy who shouldn't be doing the allegations with the guy who shouldn't be interviewing him. I have no problem with Oompaville. Probably the nicest guy in the world.
He's a good guy.
One of his questions was, are you doing this for clout?
I got a lot of shit for my interview because I was like asking, can you prove things like this? Can you prove things like that? I got a lot of shit.
He was going to be like, I was going to ask, why are you saving stuff? But it makes total sense. He didn't even ask him. He just said, yeah, I agree. Let me pull up this Oompaville thing. I could just play you the clip. He basically says like he kind of concedes in the first sentence that his video sucked before he even gets questioned. It's beautiful.
create a Twitter account.
Yeah, we need to be better. Yeah, you definitely need to be better for sure.
Now than you did in the very, very beginning. Before, do you think Mr. Beast is going to respond after this one, or what do you think?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for him to respond. I mean, I'm happy to just sit and watch
if he
from the
doesn't?
sidelines now.
That's a good question.
Wait, notice he says this? Wait, look.
respond. I mean, I'm happy to just sit and watch from the sidelines now. Let the big dogs take over. New York Times, Time Magazine, those type of people.
You think the domino will continue to fall?
Yeah. I mean, that was my goal, is just to be like an early domino, and then I'm not going to be the big domino.
All right, let's see where he starts.
I think was the reasoning behind that, and why do you think it's important to publish more unconfirmed information in the third video? Do you think it's just to, once again, get the domino rolling?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like testimony. I'm just kind of a conduit for other people's testimony in that video, and then also like dealing with essay allegations. It's very difficult to prove them because usually there's just sort of the two witnesses.
Yeah, this is everything that's a huge. This is a neon red flag.
I don't really like the way he says the word prove. It's like, oh,
No,
prove.
really?
No. This gives you this gives me the ick.
Perpetrator in the video.
Yeah.
And,
Oh,
Jesus. Perpetrators definitely don't want to go on the record, and then victims.
Of course.
He sounds like Mama Max a little bit, doesn't he?
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's really. I didn't know that you had to do this to make an allegation. He literally said that to you.
Yeah, I don't think he's as malicious as Max. I'm not making that claim, but it's a lot of the same. Like I couldn't include the stuff that makes my video good because I care about those victims. I can't tell you why Camden Gerard Davis is bad because the victims come first, and it's like that's what I'm hearing here.
Either in my experience, or at least not with me, but that's fine. So yeah, I mean, I'm just sharing other people's testimony and trying to make it clear that like it is just that testimony.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. It's like you're working with what you can kind of can work with. And how do you think your intention has evolved from the first video to the third video? Do you think you have the same intention?
Yeah. I mean, maybe now it's like even less about disgruntledness and just like, I don't know.
Yeah, he also kind of says like, yeah, I was disgruntled in the first video.
I want to use the word.
I didn't even catch that on my first watch through. He's like, so there's no question. He just says, yeah, I was disgruntled. Okay.
But I feel like there is a social responsibility of like when people are messaging you all these serious allegations to sort of get them out, but you also have to vet them because it's like it's also.
But you didn't vet any of them.
Some life-ruining allegations. There's like a lot of stuff that people coming out against him.
Yeah, the subversives.
I think a lot of them want to remain anonymous right now.
Here.
Yeah.
People who aren't in the boys club.
Yeah, exactly.
For your 3 videos, what would you consider the best received? How do you compare the reception of the third video to the first 2?
So far, the reception's been great. It was sort of made for a different audience. It wasn't really like a part 3. I kind of like... I like the title part 2.5. I'll probably like unlist it when I post part 3, just so it has like that clean aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I thought the reception would be worse. I didn't personally like it that much. I was considering uploading it on someone else's channel or something.
What do you think, Tom? I didn't like the video. Keep in mind, this is where he makes his big rape allegation of LaKoya.
This is the thing for me. It's like, I feel like he's not this dumb. Like, I feel like he's smarter than that video would indicate. And
what would give you that impression?
Well, because even here, he's not even defending it. Even here, he's like, yeah, it's kind of like it's bad.
No, because it's post-talk rationalization. It's like, all right, I'm just gonna own the fact that it's bad, but you kind of can't do that like this. It's like, yeah, I knew my video was bad. That's why I took my most sensitive allegation and I put it dead center in the middle of it.
Yeah,
this is 7 people's testimony of that a rape occurred in the office.
The thing is, if he is wrong about that stuff, the defamation lawsuit kind of... I don't know what lawyer he talked to.
I don't think he is wrong, just caveat, but keep going.
I don't know what lawyer he talked to, but I, at least from my layman's knowledge of like defamation law, from reading about it and talking to a few lawyers just for like, research purposes, my understanding is that you can't just say, this is all alleged, and then continue to say a bunch of bullshit. Like, I don't think that protects you.
Especially when you say, like, I'm just speaking on testimony and stuff. And then, like...
Well, it's like he says, he's like, this is all alleged, but I personally believe it, and I know it's true. And also,
he started peppering it. He's like, allegedly. And it's like, any lawyer you talk to is going to tell you, hey, That's not how that works at all. That I compared it earlier today, like when people used to put the Digital Millennium Copyright Act in their descriptions of their videos to think that that would like sway people away from claiming their shit.
That's the impression I got with the last video I watched. He seemed to believe that if you just say this one thing before you give an allegation without evidence, then you're clear. I mean, if he thought it was that simple.
And when he talks about the charging, that's him alleging it. He doesn't say someone told me he was charged. He goes, he was allegedly charged. That's him making the allegation. Yeah. And then post talk, he sends me a screenshot where one of the employees was like, I heard he was charged. And it's like, yeah, this is what I meant. I go, yeah, but that's not in the video. You accused him in the video. If that guy sues you and for some reason you're wrong, which I think he did something. I don't know. I'm not sure. But like, and again, even after that, he was writing in his tweets to me. He's like, I don't know, maybe the employee was incorrect about knowing that he was charged, and maybe they made the mistake. And it's just like, you didn't have to put that in. What in that segment was necessary? The part about how he knew a guy who committed fraud, or like I don't. It's like right in front of the third or second biggest allegation against MrBeast. It's in between the fuck Keemstar segment and the James Warren, we didn't have time to research this segment. And then it's just like LaKoya. Oh, here's another thing, Tom. You know how he said that LaKoya could have potentially raped multiple employees? Sure. He played that, he showed that person's testimony rather, where they said they were like drugging and raping people. In this interview, he uses that as an example of someone who's probably not telling the truth.
Okay, great. So then I don't understand why even fucking publish it. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, oh god, do we know what Chad? You know what buzzword to get us back there? No, not fake. What was it? Let me see. Yeah, this is
sometimes you get some Twitter DMs of like very obviously fake proof, which is
fake proof.
And then like the people I speak to, it's less about who's lying. I think most people are reasonably truthful. It's just like, are you exaggerating? Do you have an vendetta? And like I like to include that. Like the Jake Weddle interview, he says, "Oh, Jimmy doesn't like me. I don't like him either. Oh, I hate you, Jimmy. That feels so good to say," or whatever. And a lot of people, when I sent that around, were like, "Oh, you should cut that because it hurts credibility." And I'm like, yeah, but it's kind of honest to his motives. So I left stuff like that in. Rumors obviously spread. So like in the last video, I show one message where it's like, LaKoya Hill roofied multiple people. I'm like, I haven't heard that from anyone else. So potentially a rumor. So there's stuff like that where it's like, could be true, could not be true.
Why the fuck would you include that next to a legitimate allegation? You have one guy who says, yes, he was apparently walking around naked in a hotel room.
The thing is, he also straight up in the video, he has that like text blurb where he's like, I know this stuff happened. Do you remember that? Right before he reads all his DMs, he has that text blurb where he's like, I know all this happened. Allegedly, I know that all of it happened.
Dude, specifically this is crazy. Is this crazy? That he would just so flagrantly, like, he's just saying it.
The thing
this
about
was a big mistake. This third video was a bigger mistake than even I said it was when I saw
the thing about a lawsuit as well. I think that I've seen some what I would regard as misinformation regarding this stuff. Okay, and I am the fucking king of the law, so I know. Okay, but I've seen people saying like, well, no, he can post an allegation. For him to get sued successfully, they would have to prove malice. Malice in their words being like he knew he was lying, but that's actually not. That's not even necessary for defamation. What you have to prove is either malice or you have to prove they had a reckless disregard for the truth.
That was in the back of my head. I think you can prove that. I think you can prove that easily.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at the video and then you look at this, I think he did to some extent have a reckless disregard for the truth. Maybe
you could use the fact that what were you saying before that he uses this sort of protection that he believes is protection, and then goes on to make the allegation. That's reckless disregard. He doesn't even care one way or another. He's just trying to get the impact. I mean, you could do it in that alone. The impact of
sure.
accusing somebody, but he's got this little caveat here that he clearly believes something that isn't true. I mean, that's as reckless as it
and
gets.
it's like all the Maxisms are coming back too, because you're gonna get it too. That lady made the video on Keem, and she's like, "You faked being upset about Shadman," and now like implying that like we're protecting Shadman by talking about this.
Yeah,
Or defending Shadman, like we're on Shadman's side because we're criticizing the dude making a mockery of this fucking massive story right now and fucking it up for people who might actually need some help.
I hate to be, giving MrBeast legal advice here, but shout out to whatever intern at MrBeast is watching this stream right now. Hope you guys are getting whatever the fuck you need for that lawsuit. Someone in chat said, why is someone always disgruntled? Why never gruntled? That's a good point.
Dude, no one's ever gruntled. He was. Apparently there's a whole call of him being gruntled that MrBeast was like talking about. He was like, no one even recorded that.
I think he was very gruntled, maybe during his like Reddit application, and then the disgruntling happened after the application.
Wait, did you know? Did you know where he worked after MrBeast fired him?
Where?
He worked for one of Jimmy's business partners. He started a brand new. No, he started. I don't know who it was, but he said he was working with somebody who worked with Jimmy, and they hired him immediately after that to do a remote position. So he kept working in the same orbit as Jimmy.
It sounds like he was like the weird guy that just got there and he didn't fit in with the company, and then he basically misused the money that he was entitled to, or maybe he wasn't entitled to, and they just got rid of him. And then he doesn't understand, just like he doesn't understand that you can't just say allegedly like why he was fired. He probably just doesn't really understand that he doesn't fit in that environment.
The thing that I've like noted about this, because I made a video about this today, the thing I've noted about it that was like really interesting is I know that if this video had been made about any other person that's a YouTuber in their business, like the person would have had their career destroyed.
Yeah.
You're right. But like this is a big tower to topple, Tom. I mean, this guy is one of the big, if not the biggest YouTuber ever.
No.
I mean, if a video this sloppy and comparable like arguments was made about Tom, his career would be eviscerated for making it.
Yeah, but he's not Tom's not MrBeast, and he has a lot
No. That's not even what I'm saying. I'm saying DogPack's career or the career of the alleger would be eviscerated.
Because like they would have been bullied into like fucking quitting. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, because like, but he has a free pass right now because it's MrBeast. MrBeast is the Antichrist.
Excuse me. I think that's eventually what's going to happen. I don't think he can keep this up. I mean, it's really clear that he is not self-aware enough to even keep certain things quiet based on this interview with Oombaville. He doesn't know what he's doing, and I think that's going to bite him eventually. And you're already seeing within the last 7-8 days that this castle's kind of crumbling slowly.
If this is his last video, I think that would be wise.
Don't count on it.
If there's one thing that you should take away from the thread that I fucking ripped into him with, it's that, hand this off to somebody. Call Mudahar. Call somebody. Call Tom. Call somebody who can actually handle this fucking discussion.
The problem is, like, if he did contact, like, Mudahar or something like that, like, what is he going to give them?
Well,
is he
not that many. No, he would have to
kind of shit?
hand off the people. Hand off the people and let Mudahar figure out what he wants to do with it.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think if he had handed off this video, I can say if he had handed off this video to me, I would have been like, go away.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
No, I'm not saying hand off a video, a script. I'm saying, hey, like the way he's sending people, why don't you go talk to New York Times? Why don't you talk to Mudahar? Maybe he can point you in the right direction. He can help you out. If he can't help you out publicly, guy's a real nice dude. Maybe he can help you out privately.
There you go. Seems reasonable. I don't know.
I don't think the thing. Yeah, that's the thing is like if this guy wasn't so stupid, we wouldn't know half the stuff that we know about MrBeast. And I guess there's like a certain falling on their sword thing that you could give here. But like we would know about Chris Tyson. We would know about the fucking sex offender working there. We might not hear about Jake Weddle. I know, tragic. But we still would have gotten. We would have got the illegal lottery stuff. Almost all the stuff that matters didn't need these private employee conversations. It's literally just Lakoya.
Yeah, I also the thing is I feel like this entire thing is kind of losing steam now. I wouldn't even be shocked if we just don't get a MrBeast response. Yeah. Like I wouldn't be shocked if the only response we do get is like some like boilerplate, Twitter or whatever notes app type statement. You know what I mean?
I think he does. I think he does put a response out. But I
know.
do.
I think the lawyers are in complete control of this at this point, and I think more than likely they'll tell him if he does make any kind of response, it's not going to be what we think it is, or the typical YouTuber response. I think he's going to do this completely by the books and let other people do it, because he's not really in a good position to make any kind of YouTube decision, and he's never really been involved in drama before. So just let the lawyers handle it. No, I don't think there'll be any response.
I think that's what would happen. Yeah, I mean, another interesting thing as far as like, I mean, this is kind of speculatory, but about his response is, do you guys remember when Arrett, Chris Tyson's like partner, had their DMs and posts leaked onto Twitter regarding all the Chris Tyson stuff? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So in that kind of diatribe they gave, one part they talked about was like this. It was almost like a TV show playing out, like a scene where MrBeast and Arrett and Chris Tyson and like Chandler or someone and like Jimmy fucking. I don't know. Carl Jacobs, that's what I'm thinking about. Just like all the MrBeast team was like in some room, and they were like about to post the Chris Tyson response, and Chris was like, "I need to post a better response." And then this like shadowy Amazon executive came out and was like, "You need to post what I say, and it needs to be this, and you need to respond now." And like they knew it was going to be a bad response. There's tears in their eyes, but this Amazon exec is like, saying this kind of thing. Yeah, and so it seems to be the case to me that if that is true, then whatever response he gives, I guess the thing is, it's not just like MrBeast and LaKoya Hill and James Warren and Chris Tyson's reputation on the line. It's the reputation of like this massive multi-billion-dollar business that MrBeast is running that has ties to like one of the biggest companies in the world, Amazon, right? So like whatever we get is going to be.
And MrBeast has advertisers
like unprecedented.
too. MrBeast has advertisers too that he needs to keep living the lifestyle he's living.
Yeah,
and that's exactly why I don't think he's going to make any kind of typical or what we're used to YouTube.
Well, it depends on how many advertisers he's already lost if he has to play ball.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to play ball with us. He has to play ball with.
No, but he does have. If the advertisers are leaving because of this community thing, he needs to get that community thing going the other way. He needs to post a video.
I think he's big enough that I don't think they're leaving now, but I think depending on how his response is, they could end up leaving. Like depending on what, because once he acknowledges it, then
I
there's
agree.
A lot more eyes
That's
on
why
it,
I said it's dependent on how many have already left. If none are leaving and Amazon's happy, then there's no reason to respond.
I did read there was a Business Insider article talking about Amazon and their whole deal with the Beast Games thing. I was watching a lot of interviews with MrBeast leading up to Beast Games, and one big thing he was talking about was he was like, he had multiple, I guess it's not really a TV deal, but like a streaming deal. He had multiple of these, and the thing he was vying for out of everything was like, I want creative control over money, right? I want that. That's the most important thing. I want to have complete creative control. And in this Business Insider article, there's a few of them actually. They're talking about how they talk to Amazon insiders, okay? And these people were like, yeah, we're kind of nervous about giving a YouTuber creative control over it, but at the end of the day, we wanted to get the deal. We don't want the competition to get it. And on top of that, like, he's pulled it all off before. We'll give him that, right? But it seems like the deal is kind of souring a little bit more now behind the scenes. I don't think that they can contractually just repeal their like.
No, this has to go down. This has to go down. It has to happen. It's like The Flash with DC.
What?
It's like the movie The Flash.
What the fuck are you talking about, Nick?
What do you mean? They have to go forward with Ezra Miller. They filmed the whole movie.
Oh, okay.
It's exactly
I don't think
like
this
The Flash.
I guess I kind of understand what you're saying, but anyhow, back to what I was saying without whatever the fuck retard shit you were saying. Fuck you, dude. Fucking order I off again, you fat fuck. Anyhow, what the fuck was I even talking about? Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, okay. Business fucking Insider.
Sorry, I've been on fucking EFAP too much. My bad. All right.
Essentially, what seems to be having a bigger pull on the MrBeast controversy is not all the YouTube side of things. It's like the New York Times article specifically about how the Beast Games contestants weren't treated well. They weren't given their meds on time. Girls weren't given tampons. They weren't fed. They had poor sleep conditions, stuff like that. That seems to be weighing more. And it seems to me like one of the things they were talking about was like Amazon was hoping that this, listen, when you get a streaming service, okay, what happens when you get a streaming service and you don't pay for it? Because you can still use it sometimes with no payment or with like a lower payment. But what happens, Nick? What happens? What's the user experience detriment that you get?
Well, you don't with no payment, you get nothing.
Okay, if you pay for like the cheap model of Hulu,
oh, you get ads.
Yeah, you get fucking ads. Okay, and this is across the board for a lot of stuff. And Amazon, at least according to this Business Insider article, was hoping that Beast Games would kind of like kickstart their ad spot program, and they would be able to get a lot more ads. And apparently, they were offering big payments on this stuff, like upwards of like $10 million for one ad on one episode of this fucking show, right? A lot of money. But according to that Business Insider article, at least, it seemed like a lot of advertisers were now passing on that kind of thing, and they were getting nervous based on how things were going, just because the price is really high. There's all these weird allegations around it. They don't really know the way things are going to go. Obviously, these brands all could come back last minute.
If Jimmy is confident,
he's
going to make a video, because then that's already far. If he thinks he can pull it back and get those advertisers back in, there will be a video for MrBeast.
Yeah.
Probably just apologizing, though, and not apologizing to anything specific.
No,
you know what I mean?
No, that'll be taken as an admission of guilt. They already did it. He gave money to Jake Weddle. Look how they fucking framed it. No, that's just going to further... He needs to address
But the thing is, who will it be taken as an admission of guilt to? Like, will the tide of commentary channels and like those people be enough?
The commentary channels are aligned with public view at this point. That they're... I don't know if... like, I don't know who's
they're aligned with public view of like... I mean,
look at James Charles and Toddy Westbrook. They're like goldfish, but they don't even remember where they were by the time they swim to the other side of the bowl.
Okay,
whatever you tell people has a lot bigger pull than whatever they're hearing in a subreddit post. Whatever Mudahar tells people is going to sway a lot of people.
Let me put it this way, okay? Okay, so on YouTube, I'm gonna communicate the size of YouTube is like a layer cake, and like the influence is a layer cake, okay? When I say we, I'm referring to like this little community of people, okay? I guess like you, Tommy, Augie, Chris the Narc. That's like, one level. One level up, you have like Oompaville, you have like Moist Critical, people like that who are like the biggest mainstream commentary channels, right? Who like, the public follows. A level above that, but like of a factor of like 30, you have fucking MrBeast, right? The majority of MrBeast's viewers have never even heard of Moist Critical. Can you imagine that?
No, but enough of them have that advertisers have cold feet. They're not fearing them. They're fearing the New York Times. And then the only way to stop the New York Times is for public to push the other way. With public pushes the other way,
they're actually viewing journalists, because journalists reach out to Coke. Journalists, when you're a YouTuber, right? I can't remember a single time that a YouTuber has reached out to a sponsor and been like, given like positive praise for that, right? I can't remember any time when any YouTuber has like reached out to fucking G Fuel and been like, hey guys, this guy said this, and like gotten praise for that, right? Like that's kind of a culture thing on YouTube that we have. For journalists, that's not the case at all. They don't give a fuck, right?
Yeah.
They reach out to advertisers right away. So that's the kind of thing that I think they'd be worried about. But I don't think commentary channels are their...
But I think that ship's already sailed. That's already happened.
I think it may have already happened, but the benefit I think that they have right now, that MrBeast has at least, is that the Amazon deal is already signed. The money's already happening. So reaching out to Amazon, they're not going to get any comment from that, right? Reaching out to MrBeast, they're just going to get a vague statement.
They need to have something after Amazon. When this Amazon deal is over, if sponsors aren't signing up for that, and if they're also having problems with sponsors on their main channel, then they're going to need to do something. Something has to change.
What I think the biggest concern for MrBeast is going to be is if he can maintain sponsorships on the Amazon project to make that make money and make him want to get signed and like make people want to sign him again. Because if that doesn't work out, he has to come back to YouTube and the YouTube community and collab with YouTubers again. And
kind of poetic that we're in this Amazon position, and it reminds me a lot of Scare PewDiePie season 2.
I mean, kind of a different thing, but
it's a different thing because it's through a different thing. But like, big controversy, biggest YouTuber on the platform, and they just signed a big TV deal or whatever.
Yeah, he looked unstoppable until he wasn't.
Yeah, unstoppable until the moment he signed the big deal. Now, obviously, Amazon's different than YouTube TV, and it's probably like way more money in the game here. But it's like that TV show never came out. You wonder if Amazon pulls the plug entirely if they can't sell those sponsor spots.
Yeah. I don't think that they can pull the plug right now because I mean they already signed the deal. I don't think they can just pull the plug.
No, you can always pull the plug. What you do is you pay out privately. You pay out what you're obligated to pay out, and then you just never air it. I'm sure Pewds got paid for.
No, yeah.
I mean, you can pull the plug.
I'm just wondering how bad if this gets even worse. Like, does Amazon just not
could it get worse? Could it get worse? I guess it could get worse if there's like a lot of really crazy shit in part 3.
I honestly think it's peaked, and I think this guy's probably done more damage. Like, if you really wanted to end this guy, I honestly think that at some level, and over time, I think with hindsight, we're going to see it, that this guy actually threw MrBeast a lifeline to some extent because he's destroyed his own credibility and any future accusers that come through him. So I think he's probably, I don't know if the TV show still may get canned, but I think, within 3 months, we're going to be like, remember that?
I think a thing DogPack did do is he kind of broke that, like, MrBeast is uncriticizable bubble.
Oh yeah. That's done with. That's over with for sure.
Because I think now going forward, Jimmy's gonna have to be a lot more careful.
Was there a big desire out there to say, boy, this MrBeast he's getting away with everything?
Yes.
This is somebody I want.
Yeah, there definitely was.
There
was never anything
we always
like.
saw the crazy leftist people getting mad every single time.
All right.
But those tweets would get millions of likes.
Oh,
there was a desire, but it was on
one side of the culture war.
It's not only that. Nobody with a platform was saying it. Nobody who mattered was saying it. It was all like a bunch of like shitheads on Twitter getting together.
Yeah, it was outside of the culture war. So it wasn't like with Pewds. I got the feeling there was more like it was just like they just hated him not so much for political reasons, just because he was popular. And then
there was the whole Nazi angle.
Well, yeah. Well, I think that was then everybody had to contend, no matter what side of the culture war you were on. For the most part.
It was for YouTube is just business though,
Yeah, but it is really funny that the guys that wanted to get him aren't the ones that got him. That's what I think is pretty hysterical. It came within, and
Well, the thing is, they didn't have anything legitimate. People are like, "Oh, we were at this for years." It's like, yeah, you were getting mad at him because he cured blind people. Retard.
Yeah.
The thing is,
like Hassan,
they did get him, but they didn't get him for what they wanted at all.
No, they didn't want. They wanted to get him. They wanted.
Like I'm so thankful. This is like one YouTube drama we have where the biggest concern is not like that MrBeast said the N-word 10 years ago, because I feel like
they're trying to make it that.
If Creepshow Art was still around, well, I know like Rosanna Pansino is, but if Creepshow Art was still around, we'd be hearing like MrBeast said the N-word. And by the way, his friend also fucked kids. Like that would be the way the video was made,
That's like when Jay Aubrey made the reaction content thing right before he was trying to like accuse a guy of like sexting a minor. He makes react to YouTube content, which is bad. Also, he sexted children.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Do you remember who did he make the video on? It's been taken down since then. We always used to joke about it. It was an old Jay Aubrey video.
Oh, is it Davis Cedras Gaming? Aren't I in that video?
No.
Is it Loki?
Loki, yes, it was Loki.
Yeah, that's him.
Wait,
Davis
that's his.
Cedras
Yeah.
Gaming.
Oh, I haven't heard that name in years. Yeah,
that was the guy who used to he used to like charge back on like I'm Alex's. I wish he did this now. He would donate to like I'm Alex's stream or like Patreon and then charge it back immediately after he got the reaction of Alex being like, "Oh my god, thank you so much for $100." He'd charge it back.
Don't give anyone any ideas.
I mean, you can't do that on YouTube on Super Chat.
No, you can't. They'll fuck you over. Oh man, yeah, no, it's been fucking crazy though. The thing is, I didn't want to cover all this DogPack stuff, and I hate when YouTubers say that, but I really didn't because it hasn't been like a huge fucking like the video, the VODs, the streams do great, VODs don't do as well, and there's like 50 other things I'd rather be talking about. Do you know what Commentary A-Log made a version of the not A-Log, but a Commentary Orbiter made a video on what the fuck is the girl's name? The Pure Softy, the Lexify girl. They replaced all the child porn with pictures of Augie and Camden Gerard Davis.
Oh, that's
yeah. I saw
so
that.
like, she's like, this is an image of a child getting raped, and it's just Camden Gerard Davis roaring.
Is it him with the fangs out?
Yeah.
Let's go. I heard that she uploaded a new version of that video that is censored. I
but like, would you want the one with Augie's face or her censored version?
I think I prefer Augie's face for sure.
That's how I'm watching it, bro.
Wait, so does that mean that whoever made that downloaded the real video?
Look, we don't talk about that. I don't support their actions. Dude, that's the thing is, I was tweeting this out. They were just following orders. Yeah, I was tweeting this out, and they're like, dude, I just checked. Yeah, it's there. I'm like, I warned you, so you didn't check. That was the point.
I had someone on my I tweeted out that I wasn't gonna react to it, and they were like, "Well, just download it instead." And I was like, "Oh yeah, true."
Yeah, someone wrote that. They're like, "Yo, like, I saw that on your tweet." They're like, "Why don't you just download the video then?" And it's like, because it's
illegal. I don't want that.
Do you know what we're talking about? Do you know what happened?
No.
Do you know what happened with the girl? Do you know what we're talking about? Okay, so the girl.
I know the girl. Was it the girl that I saw the meme. Go ahead.
Yeah, she posted porn in her video.
Oh, yeah, I guess I saw Destiny covered that.
It
He's
wasn't
like,
just
Destiny
one. So it was 3 images, but it wasn't just 3 images. It was 3 images that she altered, which, as you know, is production and then distribution. So it'd be 3 counts of having child pornography, 3 counts of blurring it, which counts as production, 3 counts of distributing it. But then she posted it on her Twitter too with a different censorship. So that's 6 more counts, and it's revenge porn 3 times because it's 3 sex acts between her and her ex.
I just saw the clip. All right, and who is she again? Because I saw the clip of Destiny where you had to like shut the. Listen, he smelled it coming, and then he went off screen for a second and said, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
What girl is that again? Like, which girl are we talking about?
The pure softy one, the one that the
She accused
blonde
Mr.
who
to
sounds
Lexify.
like the blonde.
That's
whose
it's
voice you would
Lexify.
never
All right,
be
that's
able
what I
to
needed.
expect.
No, that's okay. Lexify. That's what I needed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
all right. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I apologize.
Sorry, it's kind of late for me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keem said the scammer is in the call.
Yeah. You scammer, you're running the scammer. You're running the whole who's getting fired this week scam. I mean, you don't get to tell me.
What
He's
Keem
doing
said. What Keem said is he's happy that he paid you, and we're all proud of him for doing the right thing without being asked. Okay. I'm very proud of Keem for doing the right thing, and I appreciate that he paid. Good job, Keem.
Yeah, whatever he had to. It was a clout thing. You kidding me? Who are you kidding?
Listen,
Hey Nick, can you send this? Can you show this video on stream? I think people need to see this.
All right, but you're saying that right after the child porn conversation. This is safe,
Yeah,
right? Okay.
It's not related.
Good. Okay, let me pull this
It is
up
good
here.
though, and you will like it.
Okay. Let me full screen this for the boys. Dude, I wish Twitter would delete that stupid DM section so it doesn't open up every time I
Same.
fucking go on it. Friend, girlfriend, and... Oh.
What the fuck is this?
What the fuck, dude? What is wrong with you?
Like YouTube poops, like modern version.
Why so serious? That was fire.
Well, I don't even think I have my cell phone near me. I had a new one I wanted to post soon. I whenever I find a cool reel, I post it in like a day or two. Because I post too many reels. I try to keep it like to 1 per day. You ever see this one? This was great.
I think any Victorian children in chat just had a seizure, got sent straight to heaven.
You ever see this?
Let's see this.
Let me break it down for you, Mark. Let me break it down.
That was good. That was good, Nick. I like that.
This is the pure softy censor version.
Why is he on both? Did she put porn on both sides?
Yeah. I was talking to Keem because I was looking at like Tesla stuff, and he showed me this cool video of this blue wrap on the Cybertruck. You ever see this?
Oh, I did see this video. Is fire. Why did they keep driving? They hit them and then kept going for like.
And I like how the
seconds.
camera locks on the Cybertruck, and it's just,
The camera's just like not concerned. Dude, that chicanery video is so good.
dude, YouTube is talking about the MrBeast.
I am not crazy. I am not crazy. Are you telling me that a man just happens to fall like that? No, he orchestrated it. Jimmy.
This is
As if I
DogPack,
could
bro.
ever make
It's
such a
fire.
mistake. Never.
The irony is that in the show, Chuck is right. Chuck is
Chuck
right
is
about Jimmy.
100%
He just
right,
looks
yeah.
crazy. That's why it's perfect.
Couldn't prove it. He covered his tracks. He got that idiot at the copy shop to lie for him.
Yo, please, you don't have to.
You think this is something? You think this is bad? This chicanery? He's done worse. He defecated through a sunroof. I saved him.
Dude, I wish there was an edit
He'll
of
never
like
change.
Jimmy like defecating through a sunroof and then like Chris is under it like eating it. That'd be good. Wait, why'd I say that? Fuck.
Why did you say that out loud?
I should have stayed
Dude.
inside.
Dude, I went crazy the other day. I went fucking crazy. Quite goes, looking for examples of brain rot. So I just sent him all of these videos and I'm like, here, take your pick. I can go all day.
Every failed businessman that I ever met had in common, they immediately assumed their business was better than their competitors. Their ego led to their own failure. You want to know what I do? Before I even start a new venture, I identify all the top competitors and I approach their business as a customer so that I can be on the receiving end and learn every detail that led to their success. So why is it that men feel like they're going to be successful in the bedroom with women without first being on the receiving end of all the alpha males in their area? Get stuff and then take the stuff you learn to the women. We fail.
That's good.
1,000 V-Bucks.
50,000 V-Bucks? How you figure that?
35 for the new Battle Pass, and another 15 to reboot my duo.
Oh yeah, I remember that little beta. So you must be the group leader. Let me get this straight. I steal your loot. One pump your beta duo, and you come to the Riz party and bring me more Grimace Shake.
This is not Grimace Shake. 1,000
Dude, I just
Nick, did I ever show you the Goonitar?
yes, I've seen the Goonitar.
I love the Goonitar, bro.
I like the gambling videos. They're my favorite.
Dude, yeah.
I'm crying because casinos are so kind to people. They let everyone win a lot of money and they lose so much by allowing it. Casinos are charities and people don't realize that.
That's the best.
Fort Mongeau recently alleged on her cancelled podcast that she had a Flowberry fizzing tournament with Fort Tuber Slurpee Co.
Wait, where's the oh yeah.
Are you the one that posts the guy from the soccer player from Arsenal, Saka?
I think
the reason he was so good at football is because he was gambling all the time.
I think I posted that one too, yeah.
Chris Siphon faces allegations of online fizzing with a Nintendo Switch player. Fort Tuber Slurp 42 highlighted these claims in a video, sharing screenshots of their messages. The Nintendo, now known as Flopper Lava, has publicly denied anything with Siphon, asserting that the allegations are false.
How eat that Slurpfish 445 risked his entire career for a cupcake.
Dude, it's just so good.
Let me tell you a touching story. Bruce Lee once said, I fear not the man who has gambled in 10,000 slot machines at once, but I fear the man who has gambled on one slot machine 10,000 times. Yes, Chad, he actually.
It's so good.
Men must realize that it's not a woman that makes a home. It's galvanized square steel and concrete blocks. That's what got my little brother Johnny a bigger house on a smaller land.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Wait, you're not familiar with the galvanized square steel meme?
No, I'm not.
And the eco-friendly wood veneers?
No, I'm not.
Dude, it's these fucking brain rot. Like, they made these, let's perform the, yeah. They were, yeah, they were this shit. You ever see like the let's transform this place into a bigger apartment?
0.1 square meter space into fully function house. Little John helped his grandpa hide their treasure and immediately got a house from him. Excited, he opened the door but found the house was only 0.1 square meters. Frightened, he quickly went back to ask his auntie for help. Firstly, he created a frame by welding galvanized square steels to extend outside, then borrowed screws from his aunt to firmly fix it to the wall, added short splices in the middle, and laid professional steel plates. A layer of grid steel mesh was added on top before pouring concrete, durable for 10,000 years. He then installed high-quality aluminum windows. Now, a wealthy Little John can happily dance his ballet in his upgraded 2.6 square meter home. The elevated sitting platform allows storage underneath for his items. He placed a mattress on top to create a bed and added a cushioned backing for comfort. He also put a folding table by the window, which serves as a workspace and dining table without taking up extra space when not in use. He welded a frame with galvanized square steels above. Let's transform a 0.1.
What the fuck was that? I have no idea what I just saw.
Dude, because they were getting tired of the home improvement videos, so people started doing, let's transform this 1x1 square foot into like a fucking fully furnished apartment.
Jeez. Oh, that is amazing. It's dances ballet.
But it took up so much, so someone's like, how can I fix my relationship? And they said, you should start with galvanized square steel.
There you go.
What is this game Conquered everyone's talking about? What the fuck is Conquered?
Oh, so the game came out from Sony put out an online multiplayer game 13 days ago, and it took 8 years to make, and they're shutting it down on Saturday.
Why is everybody already pissing all over it? Was it anticipated to be really bad?
It literally bombed. It had like 25,000 concurrent players at launch.
But like I had never even heard about this game before.
Yeah, they probably sold more Concord. They probably sold more controllers.
Was it like super woke or some shit like that? Like
I've heard nothing about it. I literally heard it just bombed. I don't even know what the game is. They
I
didn't
heard
even
they had
promote
like a cancel spell and a triggered spell and all that. I heard some
No,
crazy.
there's
shit
no
about that
way.
game.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
think so.
I did see
hear that.
Grubbs talking about how there's DEI in it or something, but I don't really take that guy's.
No, it was on the surface. It wasn't like I think it might have been. Show me a picture of the cover of the game. Just write Concord. I want to make sure because I'll know it from the cover of the game. Can you just do a quick search on it?
Yeah, I'll pull it up. Concord.
Yeah, because I think
it's this thing.
Like I saw it kind of in the corner of my eye, and it was like comically like woke, like a joke, funny.
This thing.
Yeah, that's it. That's
I
it.
have no idea. I don't know anything about the game.
Yeah, that's it.
Why is Andrew Tate?
No,
there?
am I talking about Dustborn? Oh, maybe I'm talking about the wrong one. All right, that's Dustborn.
It doesn't look like a real game. This looks like
maybe I'm
Nick,
wrong. I'm wrong.
Nick, you'll understand what I'm about to say. This looks like a fake game you'd see in like a movie where there's like a video game that exists in like the game that a character plays.
Yeah, it looks like a parody of Overwatch.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a real thing that exists. How did it take 8 years to make? Is it that fire? It must be really good, right?
Yeah, apparently it's awesome. Where is this? Oh, dude, they're finally starting to pop up here.
What if...
Yeah.
Wait, I don't think I can play this one.
Instead of David Goggins, my name was David...
Okay, wait.
Is that the one? I think I sent you that one on a stream once.
I don't know if that's the one you can play.
Never
David.
give up gambling. Once I was losing all my money gambling, I had lost the house and my car. I was going to give up, and then I taught, who's going to carry the debt and the depression? So I continued.
All right, speaking of gambling, I'm going to cut my losses and not be wrong about one more thing. My family just came down, so I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate
Peace
it.
out.
People ask me what's the quickest way to turn 1 million into 1 billion. And I tell them exactly how I did it. I hit the blackjack table, started.
All right. Jesus Christ.
That's how you do it.
Dude, all right. I'll let you go too. I'm probably going to end stream now. Thank you for popping in though.
Yeah, enjoy your IHOP, buddy. Are they even open right now?
Dude,
It's almost 1
IHOP,
a.m.
bro. You are still mad with the fucking... Dude, you brought up this IHOP shit. Dude, at the beginning of COVID, they literally brought me 2 meals of IHOP or whatever. It fed the whole family for like a week.
You probably ate it.
This motherfucker has ingrained this IHOP story in his brain.
You turned into Kirby. Well, I just couldn't fathom. It's because it's not just the fact that it was IHOP, is that you were so excited. You were like, "Oh my god, Tom. Listen, something fire just happened." In the way that you always explain it too, because the way, guys, the most annoying thing about Nick, the worst quality he has is he'll be like, you're leading a call with him, be like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god." You're like, "What?" And he's like, this guy tweeted, Flippy Flab tweeted about Poopy Doop that he got 3 likes on Twitter.
Exactly how I am on stream
that's
is exactly how I am offline.
Yes, it's always like, "Oh my god, the most mundane, retarded thing just happened." But
It's
he won't say it's
literally,
mundane
yeah.
or retarded until he gets everyone's attention and gets them hyped up. So they're like,
Or
"What?" He's
it's
like,
the craziest
"Oh
thing
my
ever,
god!"
and then I sit there
And I'm
going like, yeah, okay.
I'm like,
so
"What the
did I
fuck is it?
oversell
What
this
is it?"
one? You're
Augie's
no,
like,
you
"Oh my god,
oversold
what's going on?" Bulbax is like, "Oh, what's going on?" Destiny's like, what the Sigma?" Everybody's like excited. Okay, we're all excited. Our friend group, which includes all those people that exist in real life as well.
Flamenco is like,
We're excited.
wow.
Flamenco's there.
Flamenco
Tipster's like, "Cheers, my dudes."
Cheers, my dude. Love ya. No homo.
Yeah, and we're all... Tipster's like, "Nick, you clean up like a shiny new penny. What's the news?"
Dude,
Okay?
Tipster's rizzing underage floppers in Fort Chug, dude.
Base with George Flowberry.
George Flowberry.
And then Nick will be like, he'll just say the most retarded thing that you didn't want to hear or did not need to know. And that's what it was like with the IHOP. I feel like we were... I want to say there was like some big drama going on, and I was like excited to hear updates about it. And it was like, "Oh my god, you're not gonna fucking believe this. This is crazy." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "So with Uber Eats, basically, they gave me this, great discount because they fucked up my order. So now I get free IHOP. So now they're sending me 2 orders of IHOP, even though I only needed 1, which means I get $100 of free IHOP. Isn't that crazy?" And I think I just hung up.
Dude, I was stoked.
Yes,
but like, someone's
I'll
asking what
remember
a
forever.
flopper was. This is a flopper. It's the fish in Fortnite.
Can you pull a picture of George Flowberry?
I can't. I'm not pulling up the... dude, we're going to get flamed for this stream as it is. I'm not pulling up George Flowberry to end it. I got to find... I want to find that soccer player one so I can send it to Tommy.
Why are you going to get flamed for this stream?
Because we didn't agree with popular MrBeast narrative.
I think it's going to be fine. You know it's September, right? Are you remembering?
Wait, what?
Are you
Sorry, I just saw
remembering?
myself on r/YouTube drama. I was wondering what it was.
Oh,
Some of us-
they'll appreciate this video.
What?
Show them this.
It's actually positive. Jesus. Show them what? Let me see. Wait, you didn't send me anything. Oh, it's in here. Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
We must
Dude, I love this video. It's such a powerful speech by
stop
George
the
Bush.
terror.
Wait, I can't play this. YouTube bans channels for playing this.
They do?
Yes, you can't show any 9/11 footage. I'm sorry, we're cucking out.
It's
We
all
can't
over
play it.
YouTube.
I know. But nowadays they were doing a fucking sweep. Remember they hit like 50 channels because they had 9/11 in them? Do you remember that? It was like the Logan Paul purge when they just started taking down Suicide Forest videos. People were getting strikes. I can't do 9/11. You got
It's a good
any
thing
other-
I haven't seen anyone that played that video on stream recently.
Did you play it recently?
Nicholas DeOrio?
Delete it.
I just said I don't know anyone who did it. So obviously that would include that. I'm not included. I didn't do it.
Dude.
Obviously.
So did you get?
If I had done it, there certainly would be no evidence of it.
Did you drink Flowberry?
I drank George Flowberry's Riz juice.
Dude, did you see
right after what's his name? Right after Derek Luder stole Ninja's low taper fade.
Did you see the new feature Tesla just dropped today?
What is it? What is it?
It's called Actual Smart Summon. Do you know how that's they call it ass?
Oh, haha.
So you activate ass mode, and then it brings you your car.
You like that though. This is the problem. You actually think that's funny because you're fucking Reddit.
Dude, it's called ass.
You're a Reddit person. You're a Reddit person. Go back to why so serious. All right, I'm gonna get off.
Peace out, buddy.
Thanks for having me on. Take it easy.
W Riz.